My name is Nicholas Onuska, and I am a chemistry major graduating in 2016. So basically, after seeing some of my friends getting involved with undergraduate research my freshman year, I just thought this was like the coolest thing, and there's nothing that could possibly be cooler than getting involved with science and getting to use all these sweet instruments and all of that stuff. So then the first person I talked to was Dr. Sampson. So after hearing about the research they do in their group, I was immediately like, sign me up, let's get this rolling. And then starting in my sophomore year, I was doing research with Seed and Sampson in the chemistry department. Yeah, so basically in the Seed Sampson group, we work on the synthesis of sulfur heterocycle containing liquid crystals. So we're trying to design liquid crystals that have better optical properties than the liquid crystals that are already out there, and we do that through sort of intense organic synthesis, new reaction development, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. So basically I feel like I would have had half of an education without research. Research is so important for any science, but in particular chemistry, that the skills you learn in the class are really only half the battle. It's really the application of those skills in research and really getting your hands dirty and getting into the lab and doing work that makes you a chemist, and not just somebody who sits around and reads a lot of books. So for about 3 years of my time at Kent, I was involved with the student affiliates of the American Chemical Society, which is our university's chapter of the American Chemical Society student organization. Yes. And so as part of the student affiliates of the American Chemical Society, I worked primarily with the development of new demonstrations and working with other local groups and groups on campus and the chemistry department itself to give little demonstration shows to different groups of people. Outside of things within the department, I had several different internships and little side research experiences. So namely, after my freshman year, I worked for Kent Displays in Kent for about a year, working on the boogie board electronic writers. So I helped for about a year with the development of some new products and mechanical testing. After that, I was actually in the NSF RU program at Kent for a summer and spent that summer doing more research with Dr. Seed and Dr. Sampson, which eventually led to me traveling to Denver to the National American Chemical Society conference to present my research there. And then the summer following that, I was an intern at Lubrizol in Cleveland. So I was working on the development of new dispersants for motor oils and lubricants. Well, what I like most is that everybody in the department has this sort of sense of togetherness, and like I can walk down the hall and I have, maybe 10 to 15 people say hi to me on my way to class. And that really helps because science can be kind of an uphill battle sometimes, and without a strong support system, people who have been through the same thing and people who are willing to talk to you about what went well, what didn't go so well, and what's next, you're going to be in for a world of hurt when times get tough. So really our department has this, although it's small, it's really tightly knit, and everybody knows everybody else and can come and talk to anybody else on a regular basis. So after I graduate, I'm going to start in a PhD program at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill in organic chemistry. So during the summer, I'll be working with Dave Nishevitz on photocatalysis for new organic transformations. And so I'll be continuing there for the next 5 or 6 years. Some of my favorite memories at Kent probably came from the summer I spent just doing research, and that is really what kind of drew me into graduate school is that it's kind of the closest thing you're going to get to the authentic graduate school experience as an undergrad, is being in the lab and being around people who are absolutely positively just as stoked as you are to be smelling like garbage at the end of the day and be working with chemicals and be excited about chemistry and making new discoveries. So, I mean, when you're busy, you're doing the most hardcore science you've ever done in your life, you're making new discoveries, and every day is exciting. And then on the downtime, you're surrounded by like-minded people who want the same things as you, who have the similar thoughts. And that was really, really fun time for me. I really enjoyed that. If you're a chemistry student, the number one piece of advice I can give you is to be absolutely, thoroughly, and completely diligent and make your education your priority. Because in college, nobody is going to hand opportunities to you. Nobody is going to present you with the best ideas, but you have all the resources that you need to go out there and find those opportunities and make new discoveries and make your own education the best that it can be. So my attitude has always kind of been this: you need to go out there and grab and hold on to the things that you want and draw them into yourself. And that's really how you become successful. And at a certain point, the only limiting factor in your own success is how hard you're willing to work and how efficiently you can use the resources that you have. So really, you just need to be smart about what's offered to you and be diligent about your own studies, looking for opportunities outside of class, participating in research as much as you can, and just kind of growing as much as a scientist. Now that we have all these resources online, it's easier than ever to become scientifically literate relatively quickly. And that's really just up to you as to how diligently you're willing to dig through papers, to dig through notes and tips and tricks online when you get stuck in the lab to really become better as a chemist and as a scientist in general.